Recently on Twitter, we were shown new promos for the amazing digital circus. New information is finally starting to come out, and I'm sure we'll be able to see the 5th episode of the amazing digital circus soon. In this video, I will tell you about all the secrets of the new commercials from Japan. I'll explain to you why Jax and Pomni are the main characters and how these videos are related to the 5th episode of the amazing digital circus. In total, Glitch posted 2 videos on Twitter. In one, we are introduced to a brief fight between Pomni and Jax, and afterward, a lot of references to past episodes of the amazing digital circus. However, there are also references to future episodes. For example, we are shown Jax's fight with Pomni. Suddenly, an abstracted character appears next to them, and the characters slowly and quietly walk away. In the second commercial, we are shown a continuation of the first commercial, as a note on Twitter tells us. It is much shorter than the first, however, it is no less important. As I see it, in the second commercial, we briefly learn how episode 5 ends. First, we are shown a door with Pomni's terrified face in it. After that, the door closes and opens again, and we are shown already Jax carrying several sticks of dynamite. Then the door closes and opens again, and we see an abstracted character twirling his eyes. This is where I start to form a theory. As we were told by Tumblr, the main characters for the next 5th episode will be Ragatha and Jax. However, we saw Ragatha in the promotional video, and it only happens midway through the first video, and she doesn't appear again. At this point, Ragatha is pushing her hair up and yelling at Jax. Also, the footage of Ragatha is only excerpts from previous episodes. This could indicate that the creators don't want to show us Ragatha from episode 5. Apparently, Ragatha will change a lot in episode 5, and the creators want all of Ragatha's changes to remain a surprise to us until the very last moment. It turns out that Ragatha will be shown to us in the 5th episode exclusively from the bad and annoying side. Also, Pomni, Jax, and one of the abstracted characters we were shown in these clips will play a significant role in the 5th episode. Since Ragatha and Jax will be the main characters of the episode, and Pomni is the main character of the whole digital circus, what if Ragatha is abstracted at the end of episode 5, or at the beginning of episode 6? After all, as Gooseworks reported in Tumblr, episode 5 won't be much of a suspenseful episode, but it will be a real storm afterward. I've long had flickering thoughts that, judging by the trend of the 4th, Ragatha will be revealed to us from an increasingly horrible and uncool side in episode 5. And this will eventually lead to the inevitable denouement. However, before that I thought it would end well. For example, during the 5th or 6th episode, the characters of the amazing digital circus will have a fight and get really mad at each other, and then Pomni, along with Kane, will reconcile everyone for at least half the episode. And eventually, the situation will be cleared up. However, now my theory about episode 5 and 6 has drastically changed to a more tragic one. In episode 5, as I had previously speculated, Ragatha will quarrel with the other characters of the amazing digital circus. And in the course of the adventure, Kane will attempt to reconcile them. To do this, he'll utilize the old stadium we were shown in the teaser. On it, artificial intelligence will organize real mini Olympic Games. There will be many different sports because in the 4th episode before Jax broke the mask of happiness, Ragatha, Jax, and Gangle played baseball. Also in that same 4th episode, during Gangle's report in Kane's office while Kane is giving her a grade for her work at the diner, we get a glimpse of other characters' grades. Most surprisingly, Kinger has the highest grade. His picture shows Kinger sitting backwards riding a bull. From this, we can assume that there will not only be various common sports games, but also exotic and not widely practiced ones, such as hobby horse riding, bull riding, sack jumping, fishing with a homemade spinning rod, a complementing contest for the female characters of the amazing digital circus, and so on. For example, while Jax, Kane, and Kinger are trying to complement the other characters, we can find out which of the female characters Jax does have feelings for. However, this is where the paths of my past theory and my current one diverge. For I now believe that the peace action from Kane will not only fail, but will completely piss off our main characters. Our favorite and evil Jax will be able to piss Ragatha off so much that she will lock herself in her room after going on an adventure from Kane. And when guests come to Ragatha, who is offended by the whole world, to calm her down and apologize for angry and sharp-tongued Jax, Ragatha will no longer be in the room and the visitors will be met by her abstracted version. The heroes will try to escape, and they will most likely succeed in doing so. After that, there are two paths. The first is the shortest and most unfortunate for Ragatha's character. Kane will relegate the abstracted Ragatha to the basement, and she will only be remembered occasionally. Just like the clown Kaufmo who abstracted himself from the world around him back in Pilot. It is unlikely that he is thought of at least as a minor character, whose story may be revealed in more detail or who may return in one of the future episodes. Although you could say it was Kaufmo the clown who set the overall tone for the entire narrative. It just keeps getting darker and darker. However, there is another way. Ragatha, after abstraction, will still be able to avoid the horrible fate, both morally and physically, of being thrown into the basement and staying there forever. Ragatha will most likely be able to remain herself even after her mask of a kind and trying Topley's heroin is revealed. Ragatha will turn out to be not as bad on the inside as we are now surreptitiously shown. And since she hasn't gone completely insane yet, because Ragatha is still on the verge of being a sane character, she will be able to keep her sanity even after abstraction. Perhaps remembering Quinny's history, Pomni and the rest of the characters will get Kane to make an exception for Ragatha. The likelihood of him agreeing isn't that low because even the pessimistic Zubul is confident that the main characters like Kane. This has allowed for gains before and could work again. The second option is that Kane can determine abstraction by the character's state of mind. Then, Ragatha can stay with her friends, and Kane won't notice the difference because his main concern is that the characters don't lose their minds. Ragatha will also lose some of her memories and will be like a newborn baby. This will allow the other characters to try to raise her, and this situation will bond the characters of Amazing Digital Circus even more strongly. The main babysitters, I'm sure, will be Zubul and Jax. Jax will try to make Ragatha more fun and ruthless before she remembers how she used to be and starts to clash with Jax again. Zubul, on the contrary, will try to help Ragatha regain her true personality and act the same. I think Pomni and Gangle will have the most success in this task. They will not focus on their own benefit, but will try to offer Ragatha a new way to live and become much happier than she was before. I believe that in the next two episodes we could see a very close relationship between the characters of Jax and Ragatha. Perhaps it will be to Ragatha, who forgets everything, that Jax will be able to reveal all his inner feelings. Thanks to this, we will understand what Jax's inner trauma is and why he became so angry and indifferent. What are your expectations for the future episodes? How will Ragatha's fate turn out? What will happen between Pomni, Ragatha, and Jax? What new NPCs will appear in the next 5th episode of the Amazing Digital Circus? Write your theories about Episode 5 in the comments. I'll be sure to read them. We'll make a new video geo on the ideas from the best comments. Also, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. Good luck everyone, and bye.